Here's something that we hear a lot. How can I tell when I'm talking to the insurance company for the other driver, how can I tell if they're shooting straight with me, if they're being honest with me? They took care of my car damage real quick. An adjuster has called me and calls me every month. She seems to care what she's doing. She seems to care about how I'm recovering. I know her name. I know, where she grew up. I know her family. I know that she's, I know the part of town she lives in. Boy, I'm wondering, can I trust these folks? Fact of the matter is, they might be. And beyond that, and at the risk of possibly losing my lawyer card over this, let me tell you the truth. There are plenty of occasions where the insurance company is absolutely shooting straight with you. And there might not even be a reason that you need to hire a lawyer. But I would recommend you consider a test. Even if you know this adjuster and she seems to be looking out for your interests, the fact of the matter is that's the other driver's insurance company. And you need to be watchful. I suggest you try this test. Ask them to provide you the coverage limits of your at-fault driver's insurance policy for bodily injury coverage. Let me say it again. I need to know what your insured's coverage limits were for bodily injury coverage when he hit me. Everybody in Colorado drives on a certain level of coverage. The least amount of insurance coverage you can drive on to protect other people on the road is $25,000 worth of coverage. It's called a 25/50 policy. It means $25,000 per each injured person you cause to be injured driving, $50,000 for the whole accident. So if there are 3 or 4 people in that car that you rear end, $50,000 is the aggregate policy. Oftentimes, if an insurance company is trying to pull the wool over your eyes, they're not going to tell you what the coverage is. They'll flat out tell you it's just not something that they will divulge. If you're dealing with a straightforward adjuster, they'll tell you that information. And the fact of the matter is, if you were to end up filing a lawsuit against that driver who caused that accident, the law requires that insurance company to disclose to you and the courts within 30 days of the filing of the lawsuit the coverage information, the declaratory sheet, the deck sheet. So the fact is, that's information you have a right to know. And you should never engage in a settlement discussion until you know how much is possibly in the till. It'd be a little bit like running up to Central City and putting money in a slot machine and playing the game all afternoon, but having no idea what the payout might be. If you're dealing with a straight shooting insurance company, there should be no apprehension telling you what's the coverage limits, and they should be willing